Kids across the city, province, and country are busy enjoying their summer, but in a little more than a month's time, hundreds of thousands will be back in class learning, and those eligible for a COVID vaccine need to receive their first shot as of today to be fully vaccinated for the start of school on September 7th, and doctors believe the time is now for the provincial government to take a hard stance.
It could be a matter of life and death.
The most recent province-wide data shows that as of last week, 70% of children aged 12 to 17 have received their first dose of a COVID vaccine. However, only about 40% have received their second dose, numbers that are far too low, according to Dr. Anna Banerjee from U of T's Faculty of Medicine.
If you want to keep schools open and have kids have their education and decrease the stress that we've seen from last year, you really need to have kids vaccinated.
We would love to see it higher. It does mean that we'll have a safer reopening, a safer return to varsity sports, to intramural activities, to music, to dance, to social activities in the school setting.
Vaccines for polio, measles, and other diseases are more or less mandatory for students to attend school in Ontario. Addressing the province today, Ontario's Medical Officer of Health sounded reluctant to make the COVID vaccine mandatory for eligible children.
I don't think we need to have mandatory at present, given that at a population level, we're achieving 79.7% of Ontario's eligible population having their first doses.
You can mandate it, right? It's just people need to have the guts to do it.
The Minister of Education is yet to reveal the province's safe return to school plan. However, Ontario's Medical Officer of Health today adding that they're looking at mass calling families to remind them to get their children 12 plus vaccinated. Today, the Federal Minister of Health also announcing that the Boys and Girls Clubs of Canada, as well as the Canada Safety Council, will receive hundreds of thousands of dollars to create science-based videos as well as an education and awareness program for schools from coast to coast.
It's really important that everybody has credible information from people that they trust.
Dr. Banerjee believes if the province won't mandate vaccines for all students 12 and up, there is another alternative.
Kids who are not vaccinated learn online. You can say, well, you're infringing on people's rights. We already have a precedent for that, where kids need certain vaccines to go to school.
The COVID vaccine is yet to be approved for students 11 and younger, though trials are ongoing. As for a safe return to school, Ontario's Education Minister has previously said he'd be releasing a plan sometime in July. It's nearly the end of the month. The start of school is just 42 days away. And as the vaccination drive continues, Ontario health officials are confirming 129 new COVID-19 cases today. The 7-day average is at 157 for the second day. 5 more people have died. 2/3 of today's total come from the GTHA. Toronto is adding 37 new patients. There are only 2 other health units in the province reporting more than 10 new cases. Peel with 22 infections and Hamilton with 12. As for vaccinations, the 7-day average for shots in arms is still falling. It's now at about 107,000 per day. Just a week ago, it was about 145,000. Yesterday, more than 92,000 Ontario residents got a dose. Of those, just over 76,000 were second doses, and nearly 16,000 were first doses.